Yes! Camp is over, guys. What next? Hey fam, it's your girl Confused and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, even more welcome. Welcome fam. So this journey is going to take us all the way from the moment I left camp in August and down till September. So guys, let's go there. So guys, I left camp August 1st, courtesy of being a B1 core member. And then y'all know I took a quick stop at Kaduna State. If you've not seen that video, please do well to go look for the video. It's right on my YouTube channel, my trip to Kaduna. And then I left Kaduna August 5th and came down to Benin. Spent a few days and left Benin on the 8th of August for my first ever trip to Delta. So not my first ever trip to Delta. I've been to Delta State once. I've passed through Delta State a whole lot of times. But this was my first trip to Asaba, because the other time I went to Delta, I went to Ughelli, not Asaba. So I left Benin on the 8th of August and went to Asaba. But then I did not leave the house on time. So when I got to Secretariat finally, it was past 4. So I didn't even go through the gate because I met some core members outside. I'm like, hey, I attending to people. I just came for my documentation, and they're like, we came for the same thing too. And then they told us that we should come the next day. So that was the first time I met two crazy girls that that you'll be seeing in subsequent videos. Yes, Patience and Blessing. So then they said they know where we could spend the night, a core member fellowship apartment. So we went hunting for this place, and then we left the secretariat in hopes of coming back there the next morning early so we could start our documentation and then do everything on time. But then we got to a street that was supposed to be the street and then we started asking questions, and then nobody could tell us where the place was. Like, it was a really confusing time for us because we had never been in this part before, 3 of us. So then we just started to look for a cheap, a core member budget apartment to stay. So we found a guest house, Ifeko guest house, and then we went to make inquiries, and then they gave us a room, and then they're like, can I allow 3 people stay? Like, madam, please, we are core members, so we don't have money. Finally they allowed the 3 of us to stay. The bed was really big and it was just one night. Come on. So then we after we got settled in, we decided to go get food. So we left, went to the bank first, and then we got food. Oh, I don't understand. I think I don't understand what they're cooking in this Asaba. But then baby girl has to fill her stomach, so we ate it like that. We went back to our room, spent the night. And the next morning we left pretty early because we wanted to go on time. But we didn't get there on time. And you know how these things are. You have to wait for your turn, queue. The wonderful people that attended to us. I don't want to talk about it, but so the crazy experience. Any Delta State core member would understand what I'm talking about right now. When you go to the secretariat, the special people you meet there, it's a different experience on its own. So I did my documentation on the 9th of August, and then they told us to come back on the 14th of August for our ID cards. But I was not able to write my name in the book of life there at the secretariat. The queue was mad, and I had to travel down back to Benin. So I came back to Benin on the 9th, and then on the 14th I left Benin again for Asaba to get my ID card and possibly write my name in the book of life. So when I got there, the ID card was so stressful, so I got my ID card, and then now it was war to write our name to the book of life. Like, there's so many people, the line was not just moving, and then somebody came to us, almost time to leave. Somebody came and then told us how to just drop them to our documents and write our names, and then everything we filled for us later. They just put our phone numbers in the book, and then I hope it has been written there now. I think I'll still go check because I don't want problems with this. No, I don't. So I did that at the secretariat, and I have to travel back down to Benin. So I did that evening. I got home pretty late, and then it was not until the next day that finally my PPA letter came out, and then I saw where I was posted to. The school, obviously. My education is crying out loud. So I got in contact with the school. The phone number on the letter was for the retired principal, but the woman was kind enough to give me the recent principal's phone number. So I called, and then thankfully school was on break. August. Yet another advantage of being a B1 core member. So August passed, and September I had to travel down for my local government clearance. Now I have local government. I was posted to Oshimilot local government area, and when you still have to pass through Asaba, so I had to travel down. And then I had already contacted my principal, so he told us to come meet him somewhere, a public place. Don't worry about me. Yeah, so me and my 2 other friends, Blessing and Patience. We met up and then we went to meet our principal and then did the documentation for us for the school, gave us our clearance letter, and then it was kind enough to take us to a guest house, yet another guest house. Take us to a guest house close to the road, so we stayed there for the night. But no, this time Patience did not stay with us, so it was just me and Blessing. So it was just two of us this time in the room. So we did a lot of shenanigans, and so we still got settled in this time, and then we left the room to go get food, strictly for food, please. And it seemed I had forgotten my previous experience. It was a different eatery this time, and I still ordered jollof. But thank God it was not as bad as the first place. It was okay. So then I got to see her too. I was just, I don't know. So we ate, and then sleep did not come, and we knew we had to travel the next morning because Asaba is in a different local government area, and then we had to travel quite a distance the next morning. So our principal had already told us how to get there. He wanted to drop us off at the park, but then we did not get ready on time, so he left us, and then we had time to take pictures. That was what we wanted, because if he was waiting on us, we would not have been able to do all this. We would have not been able to see and witness this beauty. So it took our time. We still wanted to leave early, so we left the guest house, and then we took a keke to the junction of the park, and then we walked inside, and then I think we just got there to the park as he described it for us. We saw other coming inside the bus. We heard Akuku Igbo, and like, okay, so how much is it? That's where we're going to. That's local government secretariat. So we bought there. It was 1,000 naira per person. So we entered, and then the journey started. The bus was really tight, so I could not really make any videos. But then I think the journey took about an hour. So we got to the secretariat, and then we had to wait for the CLO to come. So when we got there, I think around 9, they told us what to do. So I had to go into the town for the village to make photocopies and print out something. So Blessing did not go with me. I went to somebody else. So we entered the bike, and I sat close to the rider, of course. And it turned out that the girl I shared the bike with actually camped in Kano. Like, we were at the Cyber Cafe, and then I think she saw my my documents, and she was like, "You camped in Kano?" I'm like, "Yeah." So started talking about how the camp was and everything. So it was really fun. So we came back, the documentation and everything, and then I left. I had to travel down to Benin that same day because I would not be able to resume because I did not want to. But then my school had to make preparations for our accommodation. They promised us another accommodation, but then they told us to wait a while, that they would make preparations for accommodation, that we could go back and then take some time to prepare to fully resume. Yeah, the school was supposed to resume the next week, but then we had time off. Wonderful PPE. So I went back to Asaba and then boarded the bus to Benin. See, I think there's a thing with these along buses, like buses that you just enter along the road. They would pick you up from wherever they pick you, and they tell you that they're going straight to Benin, but then they'll get to Agbo and they'll tell you that you have to come down and get another bus because they're not going to Benin anymore. So like they've done it to me the 3 times I've gone to Asaba. So finally got to Benin, and then Agbo bypass. Nigeria told us that I could not go inside. There was hold up, so we had to come down and walk till we would see a bus, a vehicle going to town. So I came out now, hot copper. Let me go. It was going smoothly at first. Luckily, I was not having heavy baggage, and it was even raining mildly though. I don't have heavy baggage. I was just, it's rubber shoes, let's just go. There was a girl that had like really big bags, and some people helped her carry. I did not come down on time. I would have helped. Yes, I can be nice like that. So, but then it got to a point where it was not going to go, so I had to like take off my socks and then continue the journey. In my shoe in water. I did. I crossed the Red Sea and I boarded the bus. That took me down to Dosin, and then a bus down to Bo, and had a nice soak. And then I did have a pedicure session later on in the month, but I'm not going to lie, it was not because I entered that water. It was for a whole different reason, but yes, I did that. So I just did. At this point, I don't know if I'm serving my country is serving me. But I know that I'm a patriotic citizen, and whatever I'm doing is for my country, definitely my country. So guys, that is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. So like I said, I'm not an expert. If you are going from Benin to Asaba, just call me up, hit me up. I know how to direct you. I know where to go. I know what to do. And there's something I did not mention in the video, but then the first time I went to Asaba, I used Faith Motors, and then it was 3.5. Second time, I took one Sienna vehicle like that. Nothing happened to me. It was 3K. But then the next time I went to Asaba, it was 4,000, and I'm like, why 1,000 naira difference? So I left the Sienna park and I went back to Faith Motors. It was still 4,000 naira. So I don't know. The next time I'm going to go, please, it should reduce. I know nothing goes down in Nigeria, but maybe it should just be like 2.5. You know, copper budget now. It's not my fault. God, please. Anyways, guys, so wrapping it up here. I cannot wait to see you in the next video. I love you. Bye bye.